just one last thing. Metered sales, you're ahead of plan. I'm hopeful that in May, we budgeted about 500 and almost 580,000 for metered sales. Our first billing, this was after the rate increases, was 296,000. So we were approximately 10,000 above budgeted plan. So I'm hopeful that we see a similar increase there so that the water department might get about 25,000 in increased revenue for running the department.
All right, let's do it.
Where do you want to start? Central garage equipment, 1640.2. That all had an increase for both contractual and equipment, an increase of $940. And that was just due for daily maintenance of heating oil and just everyday materials. That was just an increase of $940 from last year's budget.
So what total do you have now?
22.4 proposed for this budget. So just an increase of $940.
We're on street administration, right?
Yeah. Yeah, 1640.2.
Now, your central garage, weren't we?
Central garage.
So slight increase on,
Yeah, just went up $940.
you're above plan right now on 2014-15 spending, you're at 50%. So is there any anticipated large expenditures in that line?
No.
Okay, so you're above plan there.
Yeah.
Now, the equipment, you had 2,500.
Yes. I kept that the same this year again.
I didn't think you had budgeted equipment last year.
It says 25, it says 25 here.
Well, no, that's for
Last
this
year.
year, that's for this budget, 164004.
Oh, 04. 164002, which is equipment, is 2,500.
164002 is 2,500, yes. The year before that,
Right.
it was not budgeted. So
Oh,
this
okay.
current year, you have 2,500. The year before, there was, I believe there was nothing.
Okay.
And what equipment we doing with them?
That's for the central garage.
Okay.
Yeah, there wasn't anything.
I put that in there. Just for an unforeseen.
Okay. Questions? Is
Now,
everyone?
now there was, Kevin, you haven't spent anything on equipment now. Are you planning on it for this year?
For the street, the central garage?
Central garage, yeah, 2,500.
Not for this year, but next year, I put something in there.
Okay, so you don't anticipate the 2,500 being used for this year?
Not I know of yet, no.
Okay, all right, so that'll go back to your fund balance then.
Next.
Next one would be, street 50.102, street administration. For equipment. I put a road saw in there under equipment.
Saw?
Yes.
You don't have one?
We have one from 1993, it only cuts a depth of 5 inches.
Okay. What's
I
the new
put
one gonna cover?
15,000, that'll give us 15 inch.
It's big saw.
So we've been hiring contractors to come in,
Okay.
or we have to jackhammer for hours on end.
What do you normally have to cut for the streets?
Main Street from Thayer Gate to the high school is concrete. West Point
Okay.
Highway and Main Street is all
So
concrete.
what do you,
Underneath the
4 or
blacktop.
5 inches of concrete, then 4 or 5
It's
inches
8 to
black?
10 inches of concrete under Main Street,
Oh, okay.
and then with blacktop on top of it.
Oh, that's right,
Every
before
time
the
we-
library, you were.
And anything on Mountain Avenue's all concrete under the
Okay.
blacktop.
Right,
And that's our biggest time-consuming effort
getting through.
is getting through.
All right,
Huh.
you need it.
And with this all we
It's
had,
like the Palisades Parkway, what a shame that they put asphalt, it's pothole haven. If they would've
Yeah.
left the concrete roads, they would've been better off.
and that's all, you know, we can change the different blades, and we're working on roads. We got some places, blacktop's 8 inches thick over time.
Yeah.
So we're having contractors coming over, we got a jackhammer hours on end, where we could just make small cuts, peel it up. It's an investment, to saw that's down there, cut to 5 inch depth. They bought it in 1993.
Is it a gas powered?
Yes. So that's just a preliminary number, I'm trying to get some more accurate prices, but
What'd you say it was? How much?
15,000.
50,000,
but it's a piece of equipment that's gonna pay for itself, time,
okay.
and over the years.
Okay.
So that's something that we can work
Good
towards.
use.
Yes, it'll pay for itself 5 times if we have to bring a contractor in, than trying to get a contractor in to do it at a moment's notice. And then you add your man hours jackhammering, just to cut a 4-foot square, jackhammer 2 guys, hours on end. That was the biggest thing for that line item there for the street administration was the equipment. I don't think we had anything in there last year.
No.
Okay. Everything else stayed the same.
Your contractual at 2,300, that's,
Office supplies, training, stuff like that.
5010. Yeah, you spent 400 on that so far this year.
You wanna knock that down just to 2,000 then?
Yeah. It's really what you think you're gonna need.
I think we can do that.
2,000?
Yeah.
What line are you on?
5104.
Okay, next.
The chips, I left that, I think I just put 25 in there, but we won't know what till the state comes out with that.
When did they let us know that?
Usually that comes out, I think, March.
No, we need to put 25,000 in to maximize what they give us?
I'm
What
not
is
sure
that?
how that works. That's all new.
Well, we get sheets from them as to anticipated chips. I don't remember the dates though. Gina, do you recall when?
They're quarterly done, but the 25 number's always been it's a wash number. It's on the revenue side and the expense. But there's usually more CHIPS money than that.
Right,
Mhm.
but we don't end up spending that, right?
Oh, yeah.
We actually get in,
We
put
spend
in
it,
for
get
our
reimbursed,
reimbursement
yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
And that's done quarterly. We get letters that say when you have to turn your paperwork in
Got
in
it.
order to get it.
Now remember, that's based on road miles.
Mhm.
That's how they calculate that.
Oh, is that how, okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me. it's-
Snow removal?
I'll leave that one up to Ed. He's been-
Well,
you say
we're on that. You say we're on point right now, about 45, right?
If it doesn't snow,
We're on point in that we have about 10 and 15 remaining. Based on, again, this is a week old, so we had 2 snowstorms since
Snowstorms, yeah.
this report. I'll get a new report for the next meeting, so I'll have a better number.
And
But
at least
my-
one more coming,
Yeah, is there really?
but
I hope
small.
what is that? Did they say?
Um,
Projected some?
Yeah, just.
Like Thursday or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
It all depends what the temperature is, I mean, a lot of this just been ice.
Are we pre-treating?
Yes.
And, oh, by the way, Kevin, are we looking at the invoices, are we going directly to Cargill with a truck
No.
for their load?
No.
So why are we getting bills that are only like 20 tons
That's what-
by themselves?
That's all that truck in New York State can bring us.
Oh,
They're
really?
small trucks, they're limited to 25 tons.
But there was one delivery that was like,
That was a lowboy tractor, but it has a hard time trying to get into our bay with it.
so they normally don't send that.
They did, last Friday, they sent 32 tons.
But is it more economical with the lowboy?
It all depends how they process the order, because I had 150 tons on back order. So they were trying to get the orders out, they're so backed up right now.
Now, where is it coming from? It's Cargill, but where's the plant here?
Blooming, there's one,
Blooming Grove?
not Blooming Grove,
Bloomingburg, probably.
Bloomingburg, yeah.
Office 17?
way up there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, they have Cargill has a huge plant on Seneca Lake. There's some of the largest salt deposits in the world there. That's where they get a
can't
lot
get
of that
enough-
salt from.
Enough truck drivers to get the material out quick enough.
Yeah, okay, so you're not getting it, you're not
No,
doing it,
no.
it's everything being delivered.
And that's part of
Okay.
New York State contracting pricing for the delivery, they deliver it
It's
to
a
us.
delivered price.
Yes,
Okay, but still, it ends up being about 2,500 a truck,
yeah.
right? And how long does one truck last us?
It depends on the severity of the storm, the temperature and everything.
Like the storm we had yesterday, how much do we need for a storm like yesterday?
We used about 12 tons.
It's a half a truck?
Yeah, it depends, because the temperature warmed up, that saved us a good full day.
Uh-huh.
Because if the temperature was stayed it was, we would have had the guys out again yesterday. Because everything was cold and all the runoff and
So
everything.
just for our understanding then, on a regular snowstorm, let's say a normal 4 to 6 inch snowstorm, how many tons typically would we use?
That could vary from anywhere from 10 tons up to 20-something tons.
So it could be half to a full truck a storm.
Yeah.
All right, so you figure just for your purposes, you're looking at $1,500 to $3,000 a storm for salt. Now, that does include the pre-treating,
No.
right? And how much does a pre-treating cost?
That would run us, the 2 small trucks do with the pre-treat in the whole village. So you're taking a few tons there plus the liquid. I would say $1,500, $2,000.
2,000 for one treatment,
Yes, that would be salt and liquid.
salt and liquid
That'd be a
together.
conservative number.
2,000, okay, so your storms cost you in just materials anywhere from $3,000 to $4,500. So you figure a good storm with manpower, looking at $8,000 to $10,000.
It
So
depends the severity of the storm. If we get a lot of
Based
rain
on-
mixed in,
based on budgeting, looks like right now you're budgeting for about 5 storms. 5 regular size storms in overtime and materials, which is, I think that's a good estimate,
that sounds
right?
conservative.
Five big storms.
It all depends if the storm, how much it lingers out. If we get a lot of rain with it. Biggest thing is our hills.
How long before do you pre-treat? As soon as, like,
If we know when it's coming, usually we do it the day before.
can you go like, is there amount of hours that, does it wash away, or, I mean?
It stays there,
Yeah,
so we try to do it, 12 to 24 hours before a storm.
Okay. all right.
Depends where we're at.
Yeah,
If it's on a weekend, we try to do it on a Friday or something.
okay,
Depends on the weather of it too.
yeah, and the timing and
And
everything.
the whole thing is,
To guess.
I know we try to put a price, to keep the overtime, but it comes down to public safety.
Yeah.
We can't put a price for an ambulance getting stuck, a fire truck or a police car getting stuck or hung up. But
Well,
that's the biggest thing.
well, the big thing on that is just at what point, it's not necessarily making sure you take care of it, it's what point do you say we're done?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
We
It's
do.
when you conclude it, that's probably the thing that's a variable that you have
Yeah.
most
Biggest
discretion
thing
on.
is once we get everything, we know everything's opened up, we know the roads are safe, we get the cars back on there, then we know we're good, we can come back the following day, regular hours, do the tidying, dressing the cake up now. Biggest thing is just baking it, and getting it on the counter.
Because I know
Tomorrow's another
the,
day.
the mayor was telling me he gets upset when he sees plows up in the air driving around after snowstorms.
Worst thing one day. Worst thing of my day.
But I do have a good bunch of guys that are conscientious, and it's,
Yeah.
biggest thing is like making the cake, getting in the oven, cooking it, that's my scenario.
Loving this.
The next day is,
Well,
next day we can dress it up, next day we can dress it up. But it comes down to, it's public safety, the
Yeah.
safety of the people and, but we also have an obligation to look at the taxpayers also.
Well,
their
it's good that
feedback.
you have it broken out because you're able to see approximately what your
And the
costs.
severity of the storm, if it
Yeah.
changes from snow to rain,
It's a good question too, how many storms you budgeting for?
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it,
Yeah.
some
Every
years.
storm's different, it
Yeah,
depends.
some years we get to come by unscathed, and then others,
Yeah.
we really, it seems like we're.
We did good this year because they came later on,
Yeah,
so, we had one Thanksgiving.
And then nothing till January, really.
Yeah, so that was a nice little,
That helps the budget too.
oh yeah, it's because you got the holidays, the long weekend, that
yeah,
all takes into effect.
Yeah.
good point.
We've been getting every storm almost every weekend,
I know.
and
Mayor
it drags
that.
into a Monday,
I got
it
it.
just, it kills you.
Yeah, yeah.
No more plowing on the weekends.
For holidays.
For street maintenance contractual, that increased by 6,100. The biggest thing on that was truck tires for the front end loader this year. That was $10,000. That's New York State government price installed, removed and installed.
Was that Corsi tire?
Yes, under New York State, and that's putting road tires on there, made for road.
Mm-hmm.
The tires that came with the machine originally were made for being in the woods and stuff.
Yeah.
And last winter when I took over, I had to change the tires on the backhoe because they wore down, but they were made for being in the woods, not concrete or pavement surfaces. They wear differently. They're more flatter. So that's why this year we need it. And that was just, everything else was pretty much the same I worked with. I know on that one, I think we're over on that one, but we had a lot of repairs this year. A lot of equipment to get fixed and everything. On on A 5110.4. We had a lot more blacktop repairs due to the water break, sand, gravel, just everything.
I'm looking at the, just quickly, just back to snow removal. Did I read it right? Is it 67,000 for materials?
Contingency or?
No, the
Contractual?
04.
Contractual.
Yeah.
The snow removal?
I'm reading
Yeah.
67,000.
Yeah, is that on your sheet though?
Yes.
It is. Now, that's a bump up of 20,000 from what was budgeted this year. Is there,
Oh, that was for, there's 15,000 added in there for a small tractor under.
but that's on your 02 though, isn't it?
Yes,
So the 04 went from 47.7 to 67. So I'm just trying to understand why that increase is there. Because last year was budgeted, that line was budgeted
Yeah,
47.7.
There's your 15 for your tractor, right?
for
Equipment?
this year, yeah.
Okay. Last year you had 47.7, and this year it's 67.
That was total 67 for both of those added together.
Oh, that's total?
Total, yes.
So you're actually going in with 52?
Did you want 47.7 again?
Yes,
Well, it says it would be 52 right now, based on
All right, 52.7.
it, 52 even. So I just want to make sure I got the right number here, because I was reading it as 67 for the snow removal 04, but you're saying it's 52.
52.
Okay.
That was an error on my part.
I might have read it wrong, I don't know.
Well, why is it 52 and not 47.7?
That's Kevin's estimate, right now.
I have, I broke it down for the snow removal, A 5142.4 contractual. I have road salt at 600 tons at $72.
Okay, oh, so basically what you're doing is you're taking the 67 minus 15, it's giving you 57.
Correct.
All right,
That's
that's how you
correct.
feel it.
I'm glad I clarified it, because I thought it was gonna go up 20,000.
The only thing in there is 15,000 for a small tractor.
Okay, now that, what, like a Kubota?
Something like that, yeah. Something to do the sidewalks more efficiently with.
Or, yeah, do you think 15,000's enough for one of those?
I'm trying to get a price. I had to put a number in there. I'm waiting to
Okay.
hear back this week, but I could have something more definite number for you. Same thing like on the concrete saw, just trying to get
It's not like a little bobcat, is it?
something a little smaller. that
I
will
think
fit
like
on
the
there.
town has, right? Town has got like a little
We have a
bobcat.
Bobcat. We have
Oh,
one too,
Okay,
but we need something a little,
more narrower.
Even smaller.
that we can go up and down the sidewalks more efficiently with. And do,
How much do we use our,
that would be a machine that we could
no,
change
no,
it.
how much do we use the one that you just?
Bobcat?
We use it all the time.
Yeah?
That's all year long.
Does that have a snow blower on it?
Yes.
It does.
We change the attachments.
Yeah,
Do
okay.
you
we
have
get
a
a smaller-
4x4? Did I see one of those?
Like an ATV?
Yeah,
ATV? We have one of those?
But it's
Do we
hard-
use it?
Me too.
Yeah,
Really? Never seen it.
but
Well, that's
stuff
what I'm
like this
wondering.
is too hard. We can't push.
Is there a
sometimes.
use for that? Can we trade that for for what you're looking for?
I don't know.
Do we need it, is what I'm saying. Do we need a 4x? Do we
Well,
need
the
the?
police could use it for other events,
Don't give them any, they'll take two then. Hey, Jesus.
but
Give you a couple more
I
motorcycles.
wanna try to find something that we can use that's beneficial all year long if we could put in the
I wanna
attachment.
put a helicopter.
What kind of attachment, like a small plow?
Yeah,
Is it
Plow.
a plow or a snow blower?
Either, probably like a plow to
We
push
need
with.
one for firefighting.
But if we can have another
Helicopter
attachment,
or-
or a broom
No,
attachment,
no.
we can use it in the summertime,
Well, there's a couple planes,
you
you
know,
know,
for cleaning stuff, or
Helicopter,
cleaning the
really?
sidewalks or whatever, instead of doing with backpack blowers.
Yeah.
So a universal piece of equipment.
Get back
The
to
Bobcat, we changed it out.
there.
do me a favor, if we can't find, if we're not using that ATV reel, and we can get real money on a trade-in, I'm all for getting something we can use.
Okay.
Because I thought we were gonna use the ATV, or we were using the ATV on the sidewalks, but because of everything on the
Sometimes
sidewalks,
if
it
it's
makes
snow
it
heavy, you
massively
can't push it
difficult.
with it.
So if we're gonna get something we can actually use, let's get rid of some
Okay.
other equipment, if we're gonna get the money for it.
Okay,
I hate to see it laying around,
no, I
letting
understand.
dust getting worse.
Now, for higher volumes of snow, is a plow gonna be able to do that?
Yes.
Or is snow
Like
blower?
West Point has a small like bombardiers,
Right,
they're geared for that type of job.
right. Okay.
I had actually talked to Kev, because there's a bombardier up at the high school, it was from West Point for free, but those things are horrible to fix.
I've never seen a Bombardier. Is that the same company that makes these snowmobiles and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Serious,
And it's
jet
a
skis.
plow?
You can get a plow, blower, they're
What
geared.
does it look like? Is it,
It
It's a
looks
small
like a
little-
really
like a
small,
Fiat with tracks almost,
oh,
but it
really?
has so much torque and power on it. it
looks
can-
like a mini bulldozer.
Yeah, literally,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh yeah.
it's pretty cool, but tracks, you're dealing with tracks,
Rather than wheels.
you're dealing with a lot of maintenance. And
Are they rubber, they're rubber tracks?
Yes.
Okay.
I think West Point can do it, because I think they have people on West
Ah,
Point
it
that
looks
actually.
like a snow cat, like you
Yeah,
have on the ski
yeah.
areas?
Right,
Ah,
exactly.
Okay, all right, I know what you're talking about.
But see, there's one up there that's not doing anything, it's been sitting there for years. Up behind where the shop is, where the two
Where the
bridges
maintenance
go
building-
over.
High school, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maintenance.
That bombardier's been sitting there for years. They got it, they can't do anything with it. My question is, at West Point, you got two more? Can we take those three, give them the bombardier and get something, can we get some kind of a trade-in value? Is there some, if we're gonna go for that kind of a company, that thing's gonna sit there and do nothing for another 3 years, and then they're just gonna give it away. to
So who
someone.
has it, the school district
School
has it?
does.
That's another question then.
But now, the question is, who got that for them, and is there another 2 or 3 sitting around at West Point? Because that always happens. And if we give them if we give Bombardier 2 or 3, can you give us something? I'll take a used, in great shape, that we can actually do for free, and give you 3 or 4 used Bombardiers that we don't wanna fix. You know, or go with a brand new one and pay $10,000.
I don't know what they cost. I don't know.
I'm waiting to get a firmer number, I just had to put something in there,
Okay.
so I can get something.
Could we just use there?
Which one? West Point's?
No, schools.
They don't use
They
it.
don't use it.
It's been sitting there doing nothing. They
Right,
can't-
so why couldn't
Does it
we-
work?
They don't share.
No, that's the problem.
Oh, it doesn't work?
Right, that's my point though. Why can't we share?
We can. We'd have to fix it.
Oh.
And, I mean, we should ask. We need to find out,
Well,
but
they could surplus it out and then government agencies are the first to be able to have dibs on it, they can work on an arrangement and then spend the money to repair it.
we need to know that we can repair it, or how much it's gonna be. We need to bring a bombardier mechanic and say, you know, because what you don't wanna do, like when we got the lights from West Point, which was a great deal, but they were cut at the base, so they were actually lower than they were supposed to be. Then it was gonna cost a ton of money to put them in, and rather than get brand new lights from O&R, that they would have put in on some kind of a grant. So it all depends. I mean, when we get certain things from them, we have to make sure it's
Yeah.
worth.
It's worth doing,
Money.
okay.
Okay, let's move right along.
Bang.
So we did snow removal equipment, sidewalk equipment. I got for contractual, just some replacement, added 10,000. We have some crosswalks in the village that have no curb cuts for them. So that's not ADA compliant. You got a regular, by Chase Bank, it's a crosswalk, but it's not cut for a crosswalk.
Just do the other swale on it.
No, there's a few in the village.
How many are there?
Probably about 4
Really?
need to be cut.
Okay.
Is that crosswalk needed there?
It's-
Because you have one at the post office, right?
No,
Oh, there isn't?
That one's actually coming right off of the parking lot.
right off the lot here where the
Lot
stairs
one.
are.
Oh,
So that is
off the stairway
Yeah, that's a
there?
high,
Oh,
that's a
yeah,
high traffic
okay.
area.
So that would have to be, to bring it up to standards, because technically right now it's,
And you use that new saw that you're getting,
We could
maybe?
do
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice move.
and a few other ones.
Nice move on that.
So that's, and the other thing was for street signs to come up to code I only put 3,500 in there, do half this year, the other half next year. Our street signs need to be up 4-inch lettering to bring them up to code.
The letters have to be bigger
Yes.
on
They're
all
flat
signs?
plate, on all street signs.
Like lake and those kind of things?
Okay. So I've been doing a few, the
Okay.
important ones. So I put 3,500 there, do half this year,
What do you, more important?
so. Half this year, half next year, just, phase it in as we do them, changing the poles and everything, same with the stop signs and yield signs.
So the letters are becoming larger.
Yes,
And
how
changing the
much?
poles too?
yes.
Why?
To adapt the new signs to it. We're using 2-inch galvanized piping instead of the breakaways. With the new breakaways, and it's cheaper, faster. So if somebody hits it, you're not digging a hole, putting cement in there.
Huh.
So as we do it, that's why I did half this year, another half next year. Gradually phase it in.
What size is the pole on the breakaways? Is it a larger?
It's like almost like a U-channel,
Right.
just 2 bolts.
Right,
We've been using 2-inch galvanized piping, heavy.
yeah,
Car hits it, it's gonna do more damage. And the other ones, they break, they're made to break away.
okay.
So there's only 4-inch stuff sticking out of the ground. Breaks off, go back, you pick it up, put 2 bolts in, you're done.
Okay,
So gradually changing stuff.
okay.
We're proactive.
Yep. That was pretty much it for that one. That only budget increase of that was 12,000, because we put 10,000 in there for sidewalks and some sign upgrades.
Looks good to me.
Okay, but we can work on that. Beautification, I left that blank.
Not a problem.
Okay. Parks, that only had an increase of $2,000. I left contractual mowing at 15.
200.
Yeah.
200.
Yeah. $200, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. That was just the increase on that.
Mowing, you think that's a number that we can, it's got, what happened last year with this mowing? What was the number coming in last year for that, do you remember? Was it around ten?
16,000?
Now, you had put in, for mowing, hang on, let me get the code here.
There's beautifications.
Looking at mapping here, hold on, 7110. 7110. Mowing, 15,000, you've used, 9,000 so far.
So I kept it at 15 still.
That's a number we can live with, okay, just checking.
I feel comfortable with that one.
This is the time of year that you usually send out for the bid.
Bids,
on
yeah,
it.
get that going.
I think neighbors sent some bills in.
That had to do with the property maintenance issues.
Oh, is that what that was? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So parks equipment, mowing, beautification, we like that. Storm sewer equipment. The only increase on that was for, I put 5,000 there for jetback for the catch basins throughout the whole village. We didn't get that done last year. And then to do.
So then the jetback is now 20,000. 15 for sewer, 5 for DPW.
But we can go out to bid, make it one big.
Well, that's, I'm
bid
just pointing
package.
out to the board, that that's something we wanna look at.
Yeah, I agree.
And that only increase was, repairs for catch basins, we have a lot more to repair to do, so at an increase of 8,000, 5,000 was for jet backing alone.
Question?
So storm stores are going from 5 to 13?
Yes.
There's a typo there, it's supposed to be 02, it says 04.
Okay.
But we haven't spent anything on this line yet, this year.
On storm sewers,
Yeah.
I think we did, because I got some grates and frames over the summer we had to get.
Well, they didn't get charged to that code now.
All right, that was probably an error
Okay.
on mine. If we have some left over, do you wanna make an adjustment then we can, let me know before the end of the year, I can try to get some more.
do we wanna spend this 5,000 to grates and whatnot now and lower this, cause won't need them, cause he bought them in this budget period?
So I could do it in April, get that back in.
As long as whatever line it came out of isn't gonna be short, and it probably won't be. I'm sure it probably came out of your maintenance line or something.
Okay, yeah, if you wanna let me know, I can schedule that to April.
Well, watch the vac, do we need to buy any more grates or anything for what you're projecting this summer? to
I'll
go?
know in the next few weeks.
Well, in your 13,000, do you have anything that you could, you buy now and lower your request for next year?
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I could get some more frames and all our supplies and knock that down.
to what?
That way try to use up to 5
Yeah,
before the budget, and that way we can take that 5 out of the 13.
okay.
That way your increase is only 3,000 instead of,
So we're
Yeah, but
gonna
again,
decrease
use it
that line.
obviously if it's necessary, because
Well,
otherwise
instead
it'll
of
just
13,
roll
you spend
over
the
into the
5.
fund balance,
Okay.
but, you know,
Yeah,
we'll need
wait.
it, but it's not
So
it's
we're
spent.
only
knocking down
$3,000
$8,000.
increase, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if I can do I can use the 5 and get Jeff back in here now,
Instead of next year.
get him back here first of spring.
But let's touch base with Al and come back to us before we do jet back. Only because, let's see if we can't do some kind of either a package or figure out what we're doing so that we can get some kind of a better deal. If we're gonna do 5 and 15, is someone gonna give us something better? Maybe not, maybe
Or
we're still gonna
have
spend the
have
time.
them all done at the same time or something, you see.
Yeah, me and Johnny can coordinate it, and go out with advertise for a bid for, he needs a week and I need a week. Storm sewers and sanitary
At the
sewers,
same time, yeah.
go out and get bids from different contractors. Hey, it's a package deal.
Who
You
else
can
does that?
cook, ham,
Earth Care and McVac.
yeah, McBath.
Earth Care's out in New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
Milford, I think.
But I think if we advertise, we could probably get a good number, say, a 2-week process.
I would reach out to the other two guys anyway.
Yeah, let's make it a package deal, I
Let
can
'em
work with
know.
Johnny, the
Yeah.
guys, because they'll be here, let's schedule it the same week. 1 week is them,
Yeah.
1 week is us.
If we get, yeah, that is a good piece, if we can lock down a good
I think we might be able to get a
thing.
better number than.
Before you sign anything though, just check with us, cause I wanna also investigate the other option.
Okay.
If he's not gonna entertain doing anything, I would like to him to come to the board and make a presentation. So, if there's something gonna go on, again, I really think there could be a nice savings there, not just on the 20,000, I can see us doing twice the amount of work. And really doing a lot of damage to the infrastructure. So, damage meaning that we get a lot of it done,
Okay,
at a better place.
okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
Street cleaning, refuse and garbage, I left that blank.
Refuge and garbage is like the leaves and whatnot, right?
We need to put something in there, because we have like construction debris and tires. I do have the map, we're gonna look at them sites.
Yeah, the
Disposal of leaves
garrison
this year.
commander has picked out a site already,
For the leaves.
leaves, and he said we
Gave
can
us a
dump
few
to a
spots.
year, 2 years, not to worry about
Do
it.
we not, when they're driving the street cleaning machine, who's doing that? Who's driving that machine?
That would be Mr. Barnes and Mr. Polito.
Should we put salary to that? Because right now, we don't really allocate any salary costs for that. How many hours do they do it? Is it like a lot of hours, or?
During the week, in the summer, it varies 2 to 3 days a week.
So we probably should allocate costs to street cleaning line.
I would add some few hours.
But you're gonna have to detail that on your payroll so that it comes out of the right bucket.
So
Because
it's
right now, it
actually
hasn't been
lower
tracked.
your-
Street cleaning, 0.
Lower your regular salary and go in the street cleaning.
So it's just a consideration that maybe street cleaning needs to get some, I don't know what number that is, that might need to be looked into.
I would have to look into it.
Okay, so maybe we should populate the salary there with something,
Okay.
10,000, I don't know what it costs. But I think the board probably should know what you're paying for running a street sweeping machine, right?
I would have to go back and tally up the numbers and hours and see what the guys spend on it.
That's an excellent piece, because just like the overtime and everything else, breaking it down here and having the actual hours and numbers makes it so much clearer
It
to the
gives you a
taxpayer.
better menu to
Make
look at,
better
so then you can
decisions.
see where everything's going, where it's going, how much you're
In
spending.
fact,
in
if
the-
you wanna buy a new street sweeper, perhaps if it.
I did add, parts and repairs, I added a little more extra, that machine's getting older, it has a few leaks, and it's It's in desperate need.
Kevin, I'm trying to remember where we put your stipend for DPW.
We lost it. Sorry about that, buddy.
I don't either.
It's even better, now we definitely lost it. Yeah, doesn't know what it is. Maybe they'll,
I could have swore we put it standalone. No, I'll have to look for it. How is
Street
that?
admin salary,
Street admin?
that's 20 there. Look at 5010.1, street admin.
Remember?
Street admin.
Street admin.
Okay, there it is. Okay, thank you.
What that, sure?
Well, I just need to know what we're doing with that this year, because I know that there's discussions about how everything's being handled. Is he gonna remain in that scenario? Is that how you're gonna structure it? So I can
Yes.
populate it. Is that, the board's gonna
Let's-
keep it
well,
that
let's-
way, right?
We're gonna go into exec in about a minute.
Okay, all right.
We're not gonna be here, just information for 5 seconds.
All right, so I'm gonna wait, again, I don't need all the salary stuff today, I
Right.
just need the consideration as to what we're gonna be doing, when probably.
We're meeting on Wednesday?
2 weeks from now, yeah, 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna need
No, or are we this
salary.
Wednesday?
We're meeting Wednesday, yeah.
Just Wednesday.
Yeah,
Day after
planning
tomorrow.
board and administration. I do need, planning board numbers, I haven't received anything. And Gina, I take it I'll get some administration stuff? So, I just, I'll worry about.
Plan for about 15 to 20 minutes of exec on Wednesday. I'm gonna give you some information today so you can chew on it, and
Okay, all right.
we'll go from there.
Now, are we gonna meet here or downstairs, because the combined planning boards
Is Wednesday?
are Wednesday, yeah,
Oh,
And where do they meet up here?
generally, yeah.
We'll go downstairs.
That's fine, yeah. It's not like we got 30 people coming to the budget meeting.
That's true.
can we still record it down there?
Yeah.
Can you
You can get it one end of the table, we'll do the other.
Okay.
That'll be good.
Okay.
The chairs are
We
more
just,
comfortable.
we'll zero in on
too.
Anthony. He's got some marks, he's got the face.
I won't be here, but.
So we'll definitely zero in on Anthony then. All right, is that it? All right, thank you very much.
Any questions, anybody?
Yeah, anything gonna happen with health insurance in DPW?
Besides what?
You're not, yours is being affected by water.
That, I won't know yet.
Okay, so you're not really sure what, okay, because that could be a,
Earl's got a girl. he might-
okay, and, anything as far as needing to borrow money for DPW things? Any considerations?
We're going to Fusco about possible undo or a possible water plant, depending on what's out
Same
there.
idea that would happen next,
Central Hudson. have you
next
heard
year's-
anything
This budget.
about,
This budget
Main
meeting.
Street.
for next, okay, this budget year that we're doing,
Coming,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Should we be sending an official letter saying don't do it until June 8th or later?
I'm just about to make a phone call tomorrow. I know-
She just reached out to me, the person who's in charge of the project, I emailed her back, saying that we need to meet as soon as possible. It's not just about setting a date, it's about making sure we're all on the same page.
Kevin, can you
Are we
just,
gonna do underground
refuse and
wires?
garbage, did we not, aren't gonna budget anything for that?
The wires underneath, movable sidewalks.
816004,
Central Hudson.
Yeah, I think we should put something in there.
Oh, we got a project, we wanna bring the lines down.
We would have,
because we did end up adjusting that budget to 7,500. We
I
did a
don't
budget
feel
adjustment.
comfortable. You wanna put 3,500 in there, that will cover the tires and
Yeah,
construction debris?
but no one believed you.
Well, we spent so far 2,100.
I still have one more invoice that leaves from,
So you think it's gonna be about 3,500?
Consider it.
um,
Doing it. Consider
yeah,
it.
that was my.
Okay, just, board's gotta
Central Hudson's-
chime in.
I'm trying to,
I put 3,500, but I need to make sure the board
What's
wants.
harder? I'm hearing it.
Refuse and garbage, 3,500 is a recommendation? Because we didn't budget anything for it, and we did a budget adjustment to 7,500, because remember the leaves and all
Yeah,
that
we still
stuff
have
came
one
up?
more.
I was already past that. He had said that, and I said, yeah.
So 3,500?
That will cover us for tires and construction debris,
Stuff
and
that
stuff
can't
like
go
that.
out to range 4.
Right.
Okay, 8160
That'll cover that number?
is
Yeah.
3,500.
We've been doing pretty good,
Okay.
and the garbage men been, the town's been good with us too.
Where do you leave it, where do you leave a rollaway down the shop or something, and every once in a while haul it out of there, or how do
We
you?
haul it out in the truck, construction debris, and just tires, that's pretty much,
Okay,
everything else the garbage men been taken.
okay.
And with West Point, the mayor reached out with them, so we're gonna look at 3 sites for
Okay,
brush and leaves.
all right,
That's our biggest culprit right there,
please.
but we did maintain towards the end this year.
We're gonna try and get with the town too, because they're running out of areas as well. And we'll see, we'll have them out there as again, so we'll see. But with that, we're looking at, yeah, look, it was a $2 million price tag.
Was it 2 or 12?
No, it was 8 at first.
Okay.
And then when they actually came into the study, they said we could do it from the gate to Mountain Avenue for 2.
Wow.
But that was O&R doing it. Now, if Central Hudson's digging everything up and they're responsible for putting it all back, one, we're gonna save them money, we're saving everybody money if we go to removable sidewalks, which was Al Fusco's suggestion. We go to removable sidewalks, you have a problem, you just lift it up, fix it, and then put it back down. There's no jackhammering, there's no new, unless you break it, there's no new concrete. So we're gonna help them, every one of the vendors in the long run, if they have any issues on Main Street. But if Central Hudson has to pay for digging it up and putting it back, that's, cuts the cost dramatically for O&R. As far as, the 2 million is gonna be less than half.
Okay.
So O&R already contacted, because I told them about it, they wanna sit down with us and Central Hudson and anyone else and actually coordinate it.
That's a great
And I've
concept.
already reached out to Scoofus and Markin, explaining them the importance of the gateway to West Point and what money is available, so that we're not using tax dollars to enhance the gateway. That's what we have to do. We're not doing Main Street Highland Falls.
Yeah.
We're doing the gateway to West Point. We're trying to improve, and Maloney's the only other one I have to reach out to, and he's hardcore in favor of West Point and improving it. And Schumer is even bigger.
Has the date been set upon? You settled a date on
They
that?
said the meeting, or when they're gonna start the project?
For the meeting.
I'm waiting on, I just reached, she reached out, I reached back to her, she hasn't reached back to me yet.
Okay.
Central Hudson's gotta set the meeting.
Yeah.
O&R will make it, and we'll make it, and then we'll
I'd like to- I'd
contact,
like to be there, yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Basically Verizon and Time Warner will be secondary.
Yeah.
I'm told from 2 different places that put down their wires, Verizon and Time Warner really didn't even participate. That the wires were just put down by whoever was doing it, like they didn't even show up.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's gonna go on with that,
They're non-responsive.
correct,
I would,
and we're not waiting on them.
excuse me, to interrupt. I would contact Verizon.
No, we're gonna contact everybody.
Because we do have telephone lines under Main Street.
Under Main Street?
Yes, there's 9 banks on each side of Main Street. Well,
You
9
just have to
banks on
call
this side.
Safe Dig, right?
Yeah.
Well, no,
Safe Dig.
It runs
no.
from Mountain Avenue all the way to Thayer Gate.
When I say that,
And it makes it
we're
hard
gonna
to start
contact
digging on this
Yeah.
side.
Time Warner and Verizon.
I would
I'm saying
contact
these other 2
both parties,
places-
get them in, and then
right,
we
without
can
question.
proceed with, hey, you guys, you've all been notified, this is the way we're proceeding.
Verizon's-
To me, this
Verizon's the biggest
is
thing.
one of the biggest things that we can do in our,
But there's
Ten
9 banks
as-
on
as
the
board
west,
members.
the east side over here.
Especially if we can keep it to a,
The whole system.
as little tax dollars as possible.
But that's what makes
But-
it hard for us.
I know.
An even bigger piece, if they
That's
can
not
give us
gonna
a
change
60-pound line during that project, and we can get it out to Ondura and Villa, and at the same time get it to school. I mean, these are this year could be dramatic in the improvements that we can make. And as much as none of us wanna do any debt, I wouldn't mind doing some 0 interest borrowing that, like Al was talking about.
Well, it is a time to borrow. yeah,
Right.
there's no doubt about it.
I'll do some 0 sparring if those are the kind of strides we can make in this year because Central Hudson's doing what they're doing. This is huge. So,
Maybe talk to our local senator, see if they can help us there.
that's what we already contacted them. The only one I have to get back out to is Maloney.
The only other thing I want to just mention is a little bit off budget, but I'd mentioned, Kevin, to the mayor, that if we have any large expenditure scenarios, please run them, at least let me know about them. Because like the Hoffman thing, I probably spent 15 hours on this, trying to get us to where they're going to get close to what the adjuster's number is. If I knew in advance, then I could have flagged it and not had the mayor sign the invoice that had the higher amount, and then we'll just save time if we're not you know, in that situation. So if when in doubt, if you have a high expenditure, at least just give me a copy so I can look at it. I'll just give you my opinion,
Okay.
okay?
Yeah,
So we
I take
can-
responsibility for that, that's not a problem.
Yeah, I make you responsible, to you, not me.
That's
the light side.
That's what I'm here for. There's no problems, we all take care of
But,
it.
need a motion to move to exec.
So moved.
That means you need to leave.
Thank you
Thank you
everybody
so
for your
much.
time. Any
Yeah.
questions, call me.
Yeah, we're done with the camera.
Oh, did I have a second?
Oh, yeah, Bob said it, sorry.
Kevin,
Thank you, everybody. Have a good
Okay, Kevin,
evening.
thank you.
Bye.